Hello and welcome back to 3 Martini Launch Plays Kerbal Space Program. I am 3 Martini Launch and I am playing Kerbal Space Program. I am starting a new series today where I'm going to play with the Better Than Starting Manned mod. It's really more than a mod. I can't talk and type at the same time. Yeah, sorry. It really changes the gameplay significantly. Oh yeah, you might want to. I won't go as far as say it makes a whole new game, but it's a big change. Anyways, I'm playing this in conjunction with a challenge from the forum started by Death Engineering. I'll go ahead and put a link to the forum thread in the show description. Anyways, Better Than Starting Man changes the tech tree completely. Changes. Come on. Many of the parts, this part for example, you'll notice has a lot more electrical charge. It doesn't have any SAS, it doesn't have any flywheel. And it adds parts. This one is just a solid rocket engine. And this one has been changed. You can't, you can only attach it with that one attachment point. You can't attach laterally or radially. You can't attach, I guess, axially, whatever you want to call that. Yeah, you can't do anything. That's what you got. And when you start, my one complaint so far is when you start, there's really the first mission you do, it's always the same mission. But I guess it's not made necessarily for replay, because all you've got is the one science instrument. You got the one rocket engine. You can't land anywhere. There's no science to be had out on the launch pad. Go with L1. I'll try to type as quietly as possible. And I probably can't spell, but hopefully that's pretty close. I was initially going to do this bog stock, just install it, and you would experience for the I would experience for the first time right on the YouTube video, and I actually did some recordings, but yeah, it's a little more challenging than that. That would have made some very bad video. So I'm going to go ahead and launch. The Better Than Starting Man challenge from Death Engineering has basically is to complete the tech tree, but there are a number of sub challenges along the way. For this first launch, the sub challenge is I think it's called balance. I get it now. It refers to the fact that that you have to that's off center. That you have to balance everything. If I'd left off one of those communicatrons, for example, which you can do in stock, in this you leave that off, and the spaceship is not going to reach the altitude I need it to in order to get the science. In this case, low altitude science is all I'm going to be able to achieve. Low altitude thermometer, low altitude starts at, I think it was 12,000 or 12,500 meters. So we're going ahead and climb it up now, and it should get to that 12,500 meters. So I'm going to keep talking and using words so that people stay interested in what's going on the screen. I'll go ahead and demonstrate here. If you look at the lower left, I'm trying to turn the spaceship. It doesn't do anything. I have no control whatsoever. Basically, all I have to do is wait for it to get up to altitude, and then take the reading. We're kind of up to 10,000 now, and again, I think it was 12 or 12 and a half. See, this is right now. So switched from flying low, too low to flying low. So I'll go ahead and log the temperature data. Transmit is 100%. That makes a lot of sense. Temperature is just a number. And what did it say there for temperature? It seems to be getting colder as the altitude increases. And you'll see that once the science is done, if I try to repeat it, well, there's zero science to be had. So that's it. That's the one experience I can do, or experiment. So I'll go ahead and time accelerate, and we'll make that rocket crash. I can't land anywhere. So we're just gonna have to sit here and wait for the rocket to crash. I could cut this out, I suppose, but it doesn't take that long, and people like watching rocket ships crash. And when it gets a little closer, I'll slow down the time acceleration so we can see it in all of its glory. And I'm not sure what the altitude here is, but probably 100 meters or so. So we'll go down there, and oh no, watch out! Boom. So let's go ahead back to the Space Center, and we'll go into the R&D building and see what kind of science I collected and what I can do with it. So I've got 4 science, you can see there in the upper right, and I got one way to go here. That's the basic rocket. Here we go. We start with the start, and it's got those 4 components. I used all 4 on the spaceship. Basic rocketry. What's wrong with my mouse there? Gives me, I know it looks like a seismotron or whatever the name of that other science is, but it's a battery 50 charge. We've got another solid rocket booster. This one can be mounted radially, so I'll be able to get more science. And then a barometron, or whatever you want to call it. So I'll go ahead and buy that science, and I'll go back into the VAB for mission 2. This would make for a pretty short video, so I'm going to do 2 missions on this one. So I'll see you back in the VAB. And back in the VAB we are. So I'll go ahead and build another rocket ship. Another limitation of better than starting manned is you have a maximum mass depending on what technologies you unlocked. So right now you see 12.5 tons is the heaviest spaceship I can make. Now again, these rockets here, these boosters can be mounted radially, so I'll go ahead and we'll stick them on here, and we'll stick them on here, and I'll go ahead and I don't want them going off all at the same time. There is another sub-challenge for me to complete. I've forgotten. Bird's eye view, I think it might be. It's a challenge to get all pressure and temperature data from the upper atmosphere. The upper atmosphere starts at 30 kilometers. So I'm going to go ahead and put on some barometron and the thermometron. And it takes energy to broadcast that. I'm not sure exactly what it takes, but it's more than that little probe's going to have. So I'm going to stick 4 might do it, but I'm going to go with 6 batteries on there. We're going to call this L2. Everyone knows 3 Martini can't spell. High atmosphere. Hopefully that's good spell. We'll go ahead and save it. Get out on the launch pad and see if we can get up to 30 kilometers with this thing. Pretty sure I can. It's I've tested the design, so it shouldn't be an issue. But let's go ahead and go. And to turn the volume way down, I'd like you to be able to hear the rocket engines, but this is like the 3rd or 4th time I've had to do it because the rockets are just too loud, or I played with the windows open because it's a hot day here in Midtown Manhattan, and it's either the windows open or the air conditioning on, and well, the window open, there's a lot of street noise. You'll probably hear something while I'm doing the recording. The air conditioner does made a monotonous drone, even more monotonous than the drone of my voice. So the windows are closed and the air conditioner is not on, so it's heating up. It's heating up. Anyways, I will get this up, and once again, still no type of control here. It's just launch the rocket and hope that it gets up to that 30,000 meter altitude. I don't know why I'm getting I'm getting a little bit of lag here. So you can see in the upper left, I'm turning from green to orange and back, and a little bit jerky. Hopefully that'll render out somewhat. And this last stage doesn't have that much pushing. In fact, you can see my velocity is reducing, but all I have to do is push it that last little bit of the way. Up to 30,000 meters. Yeah, pretty majestic little spaceship. I forgot to note the weight, but I think it came in just under the 12.5 tons, like 12.4 tons or 12.35 or something. So this is basically the most science you can get from a single launch. I'm going to try. I think I can get low. Well, we'll get there when the time comes. And we're crossing 20 kilometers. I'm going to go into map view real fast and take a look at. There we go. The apoapsis got up past 30. Let's get back to the ship view. We're 23, 24, 25,000 meters. one of the other podcasters, Harv or Scott or somebody said, when I can't think of anything to say, I start listing the numbers that are on the screen. So here we go, 29 kilometers at 600 meters per second. And we're at 30, so let's go ahead and log pressure data. And I forgot to get low altitude. I guess I can get that on the way down. Log pressure. The atmosphere has become incredibly thin. Okay. And then we'll log the temperature data. Pretty darn chilly out there. Go ahead and transmit that. And I'm up to 277. I've still got to transmit one more. In fact, I'm going to time accelerate up. I should have checked that barometer stuff on the way up. So I want to go down to below 30,000 meters. Come on, spaceship. Go down. No, go up. And still going up. 56. That was almost making it to upper atmosphere or low space. In space near Kerbin. So I might be able to modify this spaceship to get up to low space. We'll see how that goes in the next episode. So come on down. There we are at 30. I've got the pressure data. The atmospheric pressure seems to be dropping as you gain altitude. I'll go ahead and transmit that. So that's going to be it for this mission. I'm actually not going to wait and let this one crash into the ground. I'll meet you back in the R&D building. See you there. Actually, this one produces a pretty nice explosion, so I'll bring you right back at the end here to watch that puppy blow up. Come on down. Oh no, it's coming in too fast. Coming in too low. I can't hold altitude. And there we go. Very exciting. Okay, see you in the R&D building. Well, actually, as long as we're here, we'll just go ahead and go there. I don't have to cut anything out. The load times aren't that bad, except when you're sitting here waiting for them. Back in R&D, and I got 20 science, but I'm not going to buy any of these. So I guess there was really no reason to bring it here. The reason is the next sub-challenge is to get science, tier 3 science from 3 biomes on your first, on your first tier 3 launch, and you're going to pick up the negative gravioli detector, and I think I'm going to actually need 2 sciences to be able to do that. Probably this one and this one, in order to be able to pick up science from 3 biomes with a single launch. So in the next episode, I'm going to go ahead and try to reach low orbit with a using just these components. So thanks for watching. Good night, everybody, and you too, Mrs. Miller.